Hello everyone, and welcome to a new potential series on my YouTube channel where I'm going to be playing Pokemon Black 2 Randomizer Nuzlocke. The link is in the description if you want to follow the rules of the Nuzlocke, but basically a Nuzlocke is catching the first Pokemon that you encounter on each route. If you somehow fail this attempt or the Pokemon flees, then you cannot catch another Pokemon from that route. It's all randomized, and it's going to be randomized through Gens 1 to 5. And the other rule with the Nuzlocke is if a Pokemon faints in battle, it is considered dead. The goal of this series is to beat all 8 gym leaders, the Elite Four, and the champion. If you like certain content like this, please consider subscribing. It's free. And speaking of subscribing, we made a rival named Subscribe. I wonder why we named our rival Subscribe. Anyways, he talks about getting our first Pokemon, and that's exactly what's going through my mind. What's our first Pokemon? It could be anything from Arceus to Caterpie, and I hope to God that we don't get Caterpie. We meet Bianca at the top of the stairs as she will give us our first Pokemon of the Nuzlocke. Our starters are Venusaur, Flareon, or Magmotor. Now, I went with Magmotor and decided to name him Dr. Han. But please, in the comments, tell me who you would have chosen for this Randomizer Nuzlocke. I believe Dr. Han's a perfect name for Magmotor, and we also received the Pokédex. Before we leave, we're confronted with our rival, who we're going to have our first battle with. Before we begin the battle, I would like to clarify that the actual Nuzlocke doesn't start until I get Pokeballs, and this is just a battle pretty much for fun and experience if we win. To make the challenge more difficult, I also decided that every time we run into Subscribe, his Pokemon are going to be different, to make the challenge harder. So his first Pokemon is not going to be either Venusaur or Flareon, it's going to be Sudowoodo. Knowing that Dr. Han is weak to rock, we decide that the only move that it could be using at this moment is Smokescreen, and hoping that Sudowoodo misses his attack. Unfortunately, Rock Throw does a lot of damage and almost takes us out in one hit. We keep on using Smokescreen, hopefully Sudowoodo can miss, and so far the strategy is working. Slowly but surely, the Sudowoodo goes down, and Dr. Han is the ace of our team. We go ahead with Bianca so she can explain to us what a Poke Center is, and she gives us Pokeballs. So the Nuzlocke has officially started. Before we catch our second Pokemon, let's see what Dr. Han's abilities and nature is. So it has Modest Nature, which is really good, and it has Mold Breaker, which is great for Dr. Han. After Bianca showed us how to catch a Pokemon, it was time we do so ourselves. And the same feeling I had with Dr. Han is the exact same feeling I felt with this Pokemon. Now, it could be anything, and we need a second person to carry the weight of Dr. Han. And luckily, we got a Scrafty. Hopefully, we can catch it. Lucky for us, we were able to get the Scrafty, and we named it John. Nature is hardy, and its abilities Liquid Ooze. We meet Alder, who jumps down this entire cliff without breaking his legs, and sniffs us for some weird reason. He says to follow him, and we do just that. We follow him for the second time, and he tells us, hey, give a town map to subscribe. Over on Route 20. This way we can get 2 more encounters and build out a team. But first we have to battle a bunch of trainers. Since those 2 trainer battles were really easy, I didn't show the entire thing. If it was a harder battle, I would definitely show you guys, and I'm not trying to, trick you guys here. We find a Silk Scarf and encounter our 3rd Pokemon. It's a Liepard. So I don't know what this thing's catch rate is, so I'm going to damage it. And here's where it didn't work out so well. We accidentally one-shot the Liepard, ruining our 3rd encounter, but that's okay, because we fight another trainer. We make our way to Flossy Ranch, where we'll be able to catch another Pokemon. And this is the grass we're going to do it in, so we can wait to face our rival. Out of all the Pokemon, we get a Lumice. I'm so excited to hear this news. We tried to catch it, and I was never excited if we got it or not, but we caught it. We named it Sacrifice because that's the only right thing to do. And now it's time to face our rival for the 2nd time. This time our rival has a Grovyle, which wouldn't be a problem for Dr. Han. We give the town map to our rival, and we're met with 2 farmers who lost their herdier. So I basically explore the entire ranch trying to find this herdier. Also, leveling up for experience before we hit the first gym. Now thinking of it, we could have got a Magikarp instead of a Lumice, and I'm pretty sure aside from Volbeat, anything would be better than this thing. Especially this next encounter, which is Cranidos. Man, I hate Sacrifice. We find a root fossil, which is the greatest thing we found all game, and this can be used as our next encounter. So it wouldn't be a Lileep, it would actually be just a random Pokemon. And now we're met with a trainer, whose lead is Salamence. And we were worried because Salamence could get Fly, which would be horrible and destroy most of the team. It could also have Dragon Rage, which we sound out Sacrifice, because this is Sacrifice's last battle. We officially just lost our first Pokemon of the Nuzlocke, and I think everyone can admit that that was the best thing that could happen to Sacrifice. Our rival says that Herdier might be somewhere around here, so let's keep on looking in the back. So we fight more trainers. After those two battles, we find a first team Plasma Grunt who has the Herdier. He gives us a TM, which is Flash Cannon, and I was very excited. If I have forgot to mention, TMs and items are also randomized. The farmer and our rival comes back to help get Herdier. After running back, we are met with Alder. Alder wants us to go inside his house and fight two trainers, so we do just that. But first, we have to put Sacrifice in the place it belongs, the dead box. After we healed up, we meet Alder inside his house, ready to take on those two trainers. After those 2 easy fights in Alder's house, I'm really confident in facing the first gym leader, and we meet Alder for the last time, who jumps off a cliff, yet again not breaking his legs, and he gives us orange berries, which are super useful, and we're not going to use them for the rest of the game. We head into the first gym with very high hopes of beating Charon. We meet Charon for the first time, and we learn really quickly that we have to face 2 trainers in order to face him. I was currently thinking that this game was pretty easy, and so far nothing's came in our way, but I was proven wrong by this trainer, who had an Articuno. Not to worry though, because Dr. Han could take care of this thing really easily. After another 2 easy battles, we are now ready to face Charon and get our first gym badge. Or so I thought, because Charon has Latios. Again, I underestimated my team, and John took care of this thing pretty easily. Thankfully for us, Charon's ace is a jump fluff, and I have full confidence in Dr. Han to take care of this and secure our first gym badge. After the battle with Charon, we were awarded the first gym badge. And now, only 7 more to go. He also gave us the TM Torment, which wasn't as much of use, but it's still interesting to know that every TM is different, and you can get anything. Which is why the randomizer is so much fun. We meet Bianca again, who gives us Hypnosis, which, like Torment, doesn't really do anything. And we also get to see Sharon again. We get on a Zoom call with the professor, and basically she's telling us, you're a good trainer. Our rival comes in, who really wants the first gym badge, and that's basically it. We obtain the C gear, and we are ready to go on to the second gym, which is in Burbank City. We talk to the trainer here, as he will battle us in order to pass, and his first Pokemon is Pupitar, which shouldn't be that hard because we have John. John takes this thing out really quickly, and we are almost to the second gym. After Charon explained to us that the dark grass can mean double battles and gave us Pecha berries, it's time we just moved on to the next city. we find a choice band, which is really good. We also find a smoke ball, and finally a cherish ball. Now it's time for the first double battle of the Nuzlocke. Aside from the Salamence, we've been really lucky not running into any issues throughout this entire Nuzlocke. And it's only the beginning. But still, good luck is a good sign. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment down below what you think, and share this to a friend. Thank you guys for watching this episode, and peace.